Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Rad World. Well, today we will be building this mining shack over here. I already got it all laid out and all of the dirt placed for how it's going to go, and as you can tell, it's hanging off the side here a little bit. Yeah, that's an issue. I'm gonna have to create a little kind of hill here and around here. I'm not very good at terraforming though. Actually, I suck at it. So we're gonna see how that goes, but I'm also gonna have to build it along here and create this archway here into the cave, which is gonna change things a little bit when it comes to the pathway that I'm gonna be making down there, but it shouldn't impact it too much. So on top of that, I'm also building a squid farm. Now these have to be in rivers, which means it's probably gonna have to go right there or somewhere along this river and not in the industrial sector, which is a little annoying, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. So at least I think they have to go in rivers. I'll look up if they can be placed in large oceans such as this one right here, because if I can put it here, it'll make much more sense as it's much closer to the industrial sector here than it would be over here. I also have this tiny patch of water here. I don't know if this will work either. I'm actually not too sure if this is considered ocean or river. This is considered ocean, so... And those are the plans for today, but I gotta go over to the plans that I did last episode, because if you're new here, this wouldn't make any sense. In the last episode, I went ahead and added this pathway down to this barn area here, or this would be a stable, wouldn't it? I also added other decorations such as this pool here, some of these scattered rocks, all this grass, another pool over here, and then I created a basement for my house, which houses my nether portal. It's very cozy in here, and I didn't know this, but I got this block palette wrong here. I was hoping it would match this block palette up here, right? But I accidentally exchanged the stone bricks for the gravel, so I'm not gonna go through and pick out all the gravel and then add stone bricks, because that would make no sense. And besides, it gives this room kind of like a more rugged feeling to it, not as formal because it is a basement after all. So yeah, I like what I did here. It's nice and cozy, especially this area here. I figured this would be a potion brewing area. I could maybe even add some more things up here. These are all the materials that I will be using for this house right here, including these 3 spruce fences, because they couldn't fit in the shulker box. So, alright, and now with the intro out of the way, let's get into the first time lapse of this video, which will be building the house, if you didn't already know. Alright guys, and we are done. I love the look of it. I did something new. I tried like these Stark Oak signs on the side here to act as support beams that kind of go across here. And I really like the look of it. It fills in the gap that's generally empty here, and it looks great. Now, I don't have an interior done, but I know exactly what I'm going to do for the interior. We're going to have a smelting room here that's going to have like a smoker and some furnaces and all that stuff. And then we're going to have some chests in here that line the wall. And then up here, I might make this like a little rest area, maybe even a workshop. Put some sawmills, grindstones, and other stuff like that up here, just to add to the aesthetic. I'm not going to use them, but I kind of need something to fill this empty space here, so. And then, as for the pathway situation, I have terraformed almost all of the mountain. I got this part done over here, and then I went ahead and got this part over here done. And I left this gap here open on purpose. Definitely wasn't because I ran out of dirt. But a pathway is going to come down from this doorway here. Also, it's going to link up over here to this pathway that's going to come down from there into the doorway, and then it'll link up, and you'll have a pathway that goes down here, around here, and then it'll come up and it'll enter a doorway here. I kind of abandoned the whole cool architect pathway down because I just didn't think it would really work very well. Oh, gotta cover that up. I think a more formal entrance to the mine would make more sense. So, with that all being said, now it's time for the squid farm, which I looked up, by the way. You can technically put them in ocean biomes. The only issue is that their spawns aren't going to be as fast as if you were to put them in rivers. They have accelerated spawn rates in the river. I don't know why they do, but I feel like it would make more sense if they had accelerated spawn rates in the ocean. But hey, you know, I'm not pointing fingers. So I think I'll put it right there. It's big enough. It's a 13 by 13 area. And even though it's not in the industrial district, which means it won't be able to fit the aesthetic of the industrial district, I can easily cover it up with something that I plan on putting here into the future so that it's just not a bare farm just kind of sitting there. These are the materials I'll be using: a lot of glass and these pesky sponges, which I thought they were going to be a lot harder to get, but slaying Elder Guardians really is not that hard, and I have a ocean monument that direction-ish, like 500 blocks or something like that. This farm is created by Shulkercraft. I will leave a direct link to their channel in the description, as well as a direct link to the video I will be using. Alright, and with all of that being said, let's get on to this farm. Alright guys, and we are back. This is the glorious squid farm. The collection room is down here. It's annoying I gotta go down a ladder, but hey, it is what it is. Oh. Piece of salmon. Now, I haven't really tested it yet. I was up there for a little bit, the CAK platform, and no squid spawned, which is a little alarming. But I think it's because I gotta drain out all of this water here. And it's a lot of water. The thing is, I hate draining rivers. Now, I don't know exactly how far away I should drain from the squid farm, so I eyeballed it, and it didn't turn out too well. That wall is definitely way farther away than this wall is. But that is not my problem, at least for now. So I'm probably going to drain this all off camera because it just wouldn't be interesting, and it's going to take me like 5 hours to do it or something like that. It just would be very interesting time lapse. The really annoying part though about this is the fact that down here there's just a whole ravine, and then over here there's a big fat cave that I have to drain too. So yeah, it's not going to be very fun. I'm thinking that for next episode, I take the advice of one of the comments, and that is to build a rooster statue with these pathways going around and adding some boulders and stuff like that. Now, they did say to include a river, and I thought I wouldn't be able to do it at first, but I have had a thought. And that is to create a river in the middle of the industrial zone, and that is to make it so that the factory would be able to draw water from the river to cool its equipment. And it's just a lore bit, kind of. But also that'd give me the opportunity for a beautiful waterfall off this cliff, so I think it'll work out. Thank you to Strong. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, for giving me the suggestion for that. I'm definitely going to be implementing that rooster statue. That is a phenomenal idea. It's going to be made out of copper and probably go here, or maybe down here, but I think this place will be a bit more central in the future. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye!